We came up with a list of top 5
yes.
most overrated players.
Yes.
I'll take all the shit here because my list is ridiculous. But if you want, I'll go first.
So, guys, we came up with the most overrated top 5, the most overrated players in the NFL all time. Not this year, not last year, but all time. And we asked for what's his name from Barstool?
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank came up with some. He's a treasure.
He did regardless of sport, though. He did regardless.
Oh, he did all?
Yeah,
all right.
And he's so great. His Chris Paul, almost overrated. I love that. Number 3.
That was great.
That was. He's.
We're doing
genius.
NFL. I'm going to go first. Number 5, Bo Jackson.
Oh my!
Bo Jackson. Most overrated.
That's.
I can see
if
it.
If you agree with that,
I didn't say it, but I could see it. I could see it.
What can you see? He was the best athlete on the fucking field.
That's fine.
Every time he stepped on.
That's
I know
fine.
what he's about to say, and I'm about to let him speak.
That's fine. He could have been the best athlete we've ever seen. The man had, in 4 seasons, he didn't complete 1, and he rushed for 2,800 yards in 4 years.
Because he was playing baseball.
Why? No, because he kept getting
never
hurt.
played. No, he never played a full season.
Of course, and he had 2,800 yards in 4 years.
Because he played 5 games every year.
So he's, if you consider him, we're talking about football player. He's an
look at Bo Jackson.
Bo don't know 3,000 yards.
Oh, see, this is a bad
Bo
take.
don't know 1,000 yards.
Bad take on Rafa's point. I think he leads the league in yards per carry ever, I believe.
He had, you know how many, dude, he didn't even play 30 games. Or no, he didn't play 40.
He was busy playing baseball.
Did he ever make a fucking playoff? Baseball season was over for him.
By the concept of the category being NFL players, Rafa has a point.
No, he doesn't.
I'm talking about him on the
saying
field.
Playing baseball. Obviously, he's not playing NFL football.
Yeah,
You're talking about overall. When he was on the field, he was the best player on the field.
He was the best player on the field who did nothing to help his team win.
Okay.
Who produced nothing.
You know who his quarterbacks were?
What did he produce?
His quarterbacks were like Jay Schrader,
People
Mark
talk
Wilson,
about Bo Jackson like, wow.
because he was wow.
He was.
You know
4 seasons and less than 40 games. That's what he was wow about. That's overrated.
He's tied with Jim Brown for
Overrated.
Yards per carry.
Yards per carry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
know who might have yards per carry more? Dante Hall, probably. Like, who was a kick returner, like on a reverse or some shit. Overrated. Overrated. My opinion, overrated.
Is he overrated after he's playing? But like Eddie's saying, once you're in the game, once you're there, your teammate.
He didn't produce enough to be even rated. He didn't produce enough. The man had 2,800 yards.
Because he didn't play games.
So that makes it overrated.
But when he was playing, he was the best player on the team.
He could have been the best player, but he didn't.
No, he was the best player.
He could have been, but he didn't play enough games, which makes him over fucking rated.
That's a good pool.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm not giving you a ride to LAX tonight.
I know he's trying to, he is an overrated football player, but he's one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Top 5 greatest athletes all time. Overrated football player. That's it.
Number 2 to Jim Brown in yards per carry.
But
if we go by a guy who had, let's say, 1,000 carries, he's not on the fucking list because he didn't have 1,000 carries.
But on the flip side of that, isn't it more impressive because he was doing that while playing baseball?
Deion Sanders
which
says
would make him a great athlete.
Deion Sanders said he was the best athlete he's ever fucking played against.
This is football player.
He might do if he played every game in the NFL, he would have been the best running back of all time.
But he didn't, which makes him overrated because he didn't.
Or whatever.
A majority, or not a majority, but a decent amount of people will put Bo Jackson in their top 5
running backs
of all time.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Well, you wouldn't, but
a
there's
majority of people
I'm talking
will.
about the general public. He's overrated.
Okay, well, man, was that number 5?
That's number 5.
Number 5 right now.
Number 4, Herschel Walker, overrated. The man had 2 Pro Bowls at 14 fucking seasons. He was traded for the world. He didn't do shit.
I like that one.
Overrated. Number 3, Eli Manning.
Oh,
the man won 2 Super Bowls. Okay, he won 2. The next 3 guys
beat the best team in NFL history.
Well, his team did.
That was his team.
Yes, his team did. His team won 2 Super Bowls, which he led. The rest of the time, straight trash. The rest of the time, straight drive. His last 6 seasons, the motherfucker had 1 winning season. His last 6 full seasons, he had 1 winning season in his last 6. 1. Bro, the man had 6-16, 3-13, 4-12. Bro, you know what his regular season record was? 117 and 117.
Yeah, he threw.
He's a
shitload.
500 quarterback. He not overrated?
He threw a shitload, of interceptions as well. A shitload.
Who puts him as like on a pedestal?
Because he has 2.
Because he has 2 Super Bowls. My next 3 guys.
He's gonna get in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Yeah. My next 3 guys are all quarterbacks, which have won the Super Bowl that I consider overrated.
Okay.
So for me, Eli Manning was overrated. He had 2 phenomenal runs
I could accept that.
in the playoffs. 2 phenomenal runs. He played whatever it was, 14 seasons. He had 2 great runs. The rest of the seasons, he wasn't very good. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
He's
That's almost,
an average quarterback who's gonna make the Hall of Fame for beating Tom Brady twice.
Those are facts.
That's his feat.
That's a good accomplishment, though.
Number 2, Joe Namath. Oh, by the way, Eli, never a fucking MVP vote. Not one. All right? Joe Namath, Super Bowl fucking MVP. You know what he did? You know what he threw for 200 yards in the Super Bowl. 200 yards in the Super Bowl, won the MVP. Not even a fucking touchdown.
well, they ran the Veer offense back then in the 60s.
He threw 28 times for 200 yards. Overrated as fuck. Never did anything but that one Super Bowl. And then my number 1 most overrated, people are going to get pissed, won 4 Super Bowls, Terry Bradshaw. Overrated as fuck. The man won 4 Super Bowls with an amazing roster. You know that he won 1 MVP out of whatever fucking seasons that he played. Just an overrated player.
I can't wait for this when episode 2032 and 3 comes out. You better be saying the same shit about Brock Purdy, man.
Well, you think he's going to win 4 Super Bowls?
No.
Damn.
But you better call him overrated.
Well, I think, for me, Terry Bradshaw, overrated.
Called his own plays.
Fucking, dude, how many black dudes were in the league at that point?
A lot.
Is it the same number as now? No, huh? Probably like 50-50.
Why are you looking at me like
Because you're black.
I wasn't alive during that time,
I don't know.
Rafa?
I thought you knew all black facts.
Mean Joe Green, Franco Harris,
No, the team was stacked. The defense, it's a monster team.
Lynn Swan.
A monster
freaking-
team. Terry Bradshaw played today. He wouldn't be Brock Purdy's 3rd string.
You know, that's surrounded by Hall of Famers. Surrounded by Hall of Famers. Mike Webster, Lynn Swan, the other freaking receiver, John Stallworth. You have Rocky Blair, Franco Harris. I mean,
A ton of people.
the linebacker, dude, that team was stacked, and maybe with one of the best coaches of all time.
But that's my number 1.
By the way, Rick Flores said because Eli had a big shadow to follow.
No, he just
Was
sucked.
it Peyton? No, he sucked. He was at 117 and 117. In a division where the Eagles.
Guys lost?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, he did.
Who's next? I agree with all those except for one.
Yeah, Bo knows, by the way. That dude, and then the Bo knows thing was a big deal. Bo knows. Bo don't know fucking 1,000-yard seasons. Bo don't know football games.
Come on, man.
It was
The
still a cool
disrespect.
ad.
Mind
brand.
you, by the way, I have 4
Yeah, I was gonna say,
autographed Bo Jackson
Yes.
jerseys.
Just devalued him himself right
You have
here.
to go home and apologize to him.
Yes.
I'll talk to them tonight.
Who's next on the most top 5 overrated? Who wants?
Either me or you. I think only us 2 have lists.
Go ahead, man.
All right. Number 5, I want to include a defensive person, so I can swap these out with either 2 people. I put Josh Norman or Jadeveon Clowney.
I
both.
like Josh
Both.
Norman.
Josh Norman lives off his 2015 year
Yes.
for his whole rest of his career.
Who did he fight all the time at receiver?
OBJ.
OBJ.
Yeah.
All the
OBJ
time.
He
made
was
him a
known for
star.
fighting OBJ in his one good season in Carolina, where he was 3rd ranking in PFF. After that, he didn't scratch top 25 corner grade
What do you
rating.
call
It's
it,
like
money? I like that.
Darren
one.
Bland type dude.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
But he didn't get picks or anything. He just
Yeah.
locked him down.
Just-
Or you could say Jadeveon Clowney because he had crazy hype going into NFL and lived off his college hype still today.
Oh,
in his
still to
NFL.
this day. He had an okay season, though.
Yeah, actually a good game in the
Yeah,
playoffs,
yeah, he
too.
did.
I think he had a sack.
Number 4,
A
I have-
D-tackle.
Number 4, I also have Joe Namath. And I also wanted to add that he shouldn't have even got the MVP in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he
His-
just made all the headlines.
His running back had 30 for 121 and
Wow.
1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. True. I think they only scored like 17 points and won the game. They beat.
Yeah,
the
their-
thing was,
Their defense held them.
Baltimore Colts were the best team.
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny U. I mean, it was CJ just like Baltimore Colts. You said that wrong.
My head was computing.
Yeah, I saw smoke coming out of his headphones. Okay, go ahead, Eddie Money.
Number 3, I have Emmitt Smith.
Wow.
Now, I put him as top 3 most overrated because a lot of people seem to always put him as the number 1 running back of all time.
Who's a lot of people?
Who's a lot of people? I've never
If
seen
you
that.
go online and look at running back all-time rankings, Emmitt Smith is always top 3 minimum.
Dude, now that I think about it, that should be number 1. That's a great call, Eddie Money. That's a great call.
He is
Best offensive line maybe
Yes.
in the history of NFL.
All you gotta do is just follow the hole.
Yes, Mia could have
Follow the
got
hole.
70 yards a game.
All right.
Number 2, I have Frank Gore. Frank Gore,
Really?
because everybody has him as a guaranteed lock for Hall of Fame. When he was never a good running back. He just had longevity. He just stayed in the league for a long time.
Dude, he ran the ball hard and did play and
He
played
ran it
at-
hard, but
Did
didn't
he
run it
run
well.
for 10,000 yards?
Oh, hell yes. Easy.
I would hope so. He's been in this league since I was born.
Yes. Him and his son are going to play for the Lakers next year. That's Frank Gore.
And who's number 1?
Number 1, I have Odell Beckham Jr. as the most overrated player of
I
all time.
love it. Man, you put some thought into that, young sir. Cheerio to you, Eddie Money.
I never thought Odell was a good player ever, even during his rookie season with the Giants. I just thought he was fast, and then
That one catch.
and
and
literally,
guys
he's
do
lived
it
on
all
that
the
one
time.
catch.
Yeah.
Well, because of him, but yes.
Well,
He could run slants extremely well. Can't do it anymore. Couldn't do it after his 3rd year. Injury prone. People are
Eddie Money does a great job, doesn't
Dude,
he?
that was great.
Yeah,
people
that was
people
very
think
good.
Odell should be like a legacy player
Yeah.
with a Hall of Fame career.
Look at how Jay's looking at him.
superstar.
Chase fucking just mesmerized.
Like
Jay's
I want to
boo-boo.
see you in a
Yeah.
singlet.
His lips shining
He's
is
like-
blinding me right now.
Jay's like, take off your singlet.
Take off your singlet
take off
right
your
now.
OBJ's dating
That's a
Kim
great-
Kardashian too.
Great
This
Is
is
he
list.
really?
also true.
Yeah.
He was walking with her through the wind.
Yeah.
So that's
So he's smashing
on,
those
man.
cheeks right now.
That's terrible.
come on, man.
That's terrible. She's been around.
It's freaking
Fuck.
Tupperware.
Her soundtrack should be I Get Around. Tupac's I Get Around.
Dude, although
There's still a line, though.
although M Bizzle did send a picture, dude, she looks better than ever. You cannot say she doesn't look good. She kind of het
Yeah.
with some hummus.
Hamas.
Doesn't do it for you.
No. She's
As
been,
a person,
she's been through a lot.
I have
dick.
yeah.
Don't say it about my sister.
Best scene ever, by the way.
Yes.
Dude, the best scene in a movie, like a rant, the breakup, by the
breakup.
way.
One of the
Great.
yes, love that movie.
Yes.
Eddie, do you have your top 5?
I do have my top 5, and it's not very quarterback heavy. I don't think I have even one that you guys have, so that's good. So number 5, I'm gonna say Dan Fouts of the San Diego Superchargers.
I agree 100%.
Shit ton of yards. Never won a damn thing. Maybe played in the greatest game in the NFL. Threw for a shit ton. Had talent everywhere on that field. Great in Waterboy. Did great there. But other than that, he gets a ton of credit. Overrated in my book. Quarterback Jim McMahon of BYU and then 85 Chicago Bears. He wasn't very good at all. Rode the defense, the best defense maybe of all time. Giggity. But he got all his fame off of commercials, being different. He got the headband, put, the sunglass thing. He wasn't a very good quarterback. But at the time, maybe the most famous other than Joe Montana quarterback. He got a ton of money, endorsement money. I think
What was that shuffle called?
the Super Bowl
Super Bowl shuffle.
Yes.
That's right. They were on
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, too. and
Dude, that
everything.
was a huge team. That team was iconic.
Extreme
And-
side note. This Saturday Night Live has Shane Gillis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Please watch.
nice,
21
nice.
Savage.
It's going to be fucking great.
So that's my number 4. Number 3, another famous player who I thought is overrated and is Icky Woods in the Icky Shuffle for the Cincinnati Bengals. Overweight, slow, got the ball at the 2-yard line. Didn't do much, but extremely famous. Still celebrated in Cincinnati. Not a very good running back in my opinion, but got paid and was revered as one of the best, and I didn't think he was very good. Horrible face mask, too. The worst face mask I've ever seen of any running back, and I'm a big face mask guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Face mask.
really bad face mask.
The Icky Shuffle lives on to this day.
Yes,
though.
though
It
it
does,
does.
it does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's overrated.
Well, he's overrated, not the shuffle.
Not
Yes.
the shuffle. That shit.
The shuffle,
that shit fire.
That shit's nice when you can do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Do it, CJ.
I can hit that shit in the club too.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
And CJ looked like the belly dancer, the fucking big Turkish dude.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah,
that was a panza shuffle right there,
That was
player.
great. That was great.
Oh, wow.
Number 2, another running back with another stupid dance that got a ton of hype. Had one good season, I believe.
Two.
Yeah, 2 good seasons. Jamal Anderson of
The Dirty
the
Bird.
Dirty Bird, another stupid dance.
The dance was fire.
God.
Couple
boy.
times.
Yeah.
Couple times. I remember that.
Yeah.
Dirty Bird.
Yeah.
They beat that Vikings team.
With Randy Moss. Yeah.
That 15-1 Vikings team.
Yeah, I do remember that. But to me, Jamal Anderson never shouldn't be in the top 100 running backs of all time. And
Well, 100's a lot.
I bet you he's not.
I don't know.
I bet you he's not. Steven
he in there
Steven
over Bo
Alexander
Jackson?
was way better.
Who?
Alexander.
Sean?
Sean
Alexander?
Alexander.
Totally
yeah.
different. Sean Alexander had the fucking single season touchdown record. For
Yeah.
running.
And then this is gonna shock and awe, and you guys can't give me
This is your boy right here.
this right here. I can't get any shit for being a homer because this.
Eddie's a Raider fan.
Because I am a Raider fan, true blue. I think Tim Brown is the most overrated NFL football player of all time. He is an accumulator, and you know about accumulators over there. He, dude, at one time, he was top 3 behind Rice, Carter, and Tim Brown. Made it to the Hall of Fame. Tim, I love you, baby, but as far
You
as
love a lot of guys that you talk shit about. My God.
I love you, but fuck you. And, yeah.
I love you, but you are
Yeah, I love you, fuck yourself. I love you too, fuck yourself.
You know what? Just the taping of every joint, ridiculous. He taped every joint in his fingers, just ridiculous.
Didn't want to break none.
His
That's cool,
shoulder
man.
pads look like condominiums. I mean, the biggest shoulder pads I've ever seen.
High risers.
A receiver wear. It just.
You just got Al ad hominem attacks on this dude. There was nothing football related.
Not
Shoulder
one.
pads, finger.
He ran slants for 20 years. Even when Jerry Rice came over and Jerry Rice was 41, he was the number 1 receiver, not Tim Brown. Tim Brown
What? That's the best
Come on.
receiver ever.
Come on.
At
at
41.
At 41.
Tim Brown was going deep. Down the sideline.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Brady
Tim
was
was
going deep.
What was Tim Brown, James Jett?
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck?
No,
No, but he's making it seem like he's running
Yeah,
straight down the sideline.
no, he was
wasn't?
not. He was fast at Notre Dame. He ran. He was better at Notre Dame, I think, because he had a big knee injury right away in his career and it never had the same speed. But that, listen, these are debatable. Personally, I like the Emmitt Smith one. If I would have thought
Phenomenal.
about that one, that's a great pick.
Like that.
The only one I have a real problem with is Rafa's. I will go to war with him on that. So, guys, we would love to know your opinion. We're gonna post that. We would love your top 4 most overrated players in the